Evening, folks. Welcome back to the channel. Just pardon any sync issues while I'm getting the screens correct on this end. It almost remembers where I had Streamlabs, and it sort of almost remembers where I had the chat room. Okay, its memory's getting better. Because of course I'm live on YouTube, but then I'm not live on Twitch, but I have my Twitch chat room open. Just there's a link in the description to the channel. It's just Nikki M. Carlin, and I've got that chat room open as well. Oh, what's up, Moon Bunny? Glad you made it. It's so weird because I was thinking, like, wow, yesterday was Friday and it's already Saturday because I'm going live tonight. That was such a fast week. What even happened? And hold on. That can't be right because when I go live, Grace Still Plays uploads that day. So it can't be Saturday. It must be Tuesday. Based on the fact that there's no Gray Still Plays upload. That's the only way you can tell that day apart from any other. Oh, what's up, Rover? Glad you made it. And Francois, glad you made it. Cool. Smash that like if you haven't already. And I honestly don't know when spring break is, but I figured it's spring. Well, at least it's, Taurus, and yeah, so that's why I called it that. Because Frank was going to, like, his daughter's in T-ball, and that's usually like one game somewhere in the week. So he has a show that starts a half an hour later, and it ends up being like an hour and a half long show, which that's fine. Oh, Francois, yeah, still awake at 1 a.m. So yeah, I know what that's like. I guess I'm still up. Keep doing. But it's like they were having an issue about getting the start time nailed down, so that was up in the air. And then uh separate from that, Frank's guest that he had planned for today had to cancel for whatever reason. And like whenever a guest cancels, I just assume they get scheduled later on, just stuff happens. What's up, Michael? Glad you made it. So considering the fact it was going to be a later show anyway, and I think maybe they were still arguing about the start time, and the fact that the guest did cancel, that's probably just Frank sitting there with just, no material. So he's got stuff to do anyway, so he just decided to take this day off. So it's just, nothing bad is happening. He's just got well, he has mentioned oh, when did he say this? I want to say at the Monday coffee stream. Uh Either there or no, he mentioned it at last Friday's show because Jay Gulanella was there, but Frank's talking about just some like changes and stuff that he's got going on behind the scenes, just that he wants to tweak with the show. So it's like just taking a day off to like do little stuff like that. Just busy work catching up around for the channel and whatnot. So he doesn't just Frank is never think that he cancels a show and then he's just like sitting back in a recliner with his feet up, just like scrolling through Instagram for 2 hours. That's really not. I'm sure if he does do that, it's not between 7 and 9 p.m. Like, he does stuff. He does have a family and a life and, helps out his friends and things like that. So it's not like he's just like, I just don't feel like it. He's just sitting in studio being like, nope, not pressing that live button. Can't make me. So it's nothing like that. He just needed to take some time off for stuff and things. Uh, I'm really not going to get into too much of what he said this week just because it really only has been a couple of days. I am going to touch on one thing. I'm just looking ahead to next week because as of right now, all I know, it's still Frank is supposed to be on or off Definitely the 29th, which is a Tuesday, but then April 28th is still up in the air. That's every time I go to Quite Frankly TV, it hasn't been updated. Let me just go there right now and be surprised in real time. Oh, I'm sorry if this thing makes noise. Uh, it still says town hall meeting no show, but the town hall was canceled, so I don't know if he's just still gonna take the day off just to take the day off just because he can. Don't know. But that's all the way. That's like a week away, so we sort of don't have to worry about that right now. Speaking of a week away, last Tuesday I ordered another bag of keto brains, and it did take me a couple hours to do that, just going back and forth. I mentioned that in my last show. And I was expecting it to show up today, Tuesday, but then Monday, they give the UPS tracking number. It says expect it Monday by 6:10 p.m. Well, what's the 10 about? Why specifically 6:10? But whatever. So I'm like, cool. So I'm like waiting there all day, like, checking it, making sure it's updated. Oh, Devon, glad you made it. Michael, yeah, everyone appreciates an unexpected day off. I know that's right. Yeah. If Frank decides to work on the 28th of April, I will be very, very happy about that. It's not like I'm still not going to the show that night, but it's a whole different mindset when you have to go live versus you just have to show up and it doesn't matter what you look like or what you're wearing or what your voice sounds like or nothing like that. But yeah, so my keto brain showed up yesterday, and I was waiting. Nick, it was like after 4, so as soon as it showed up, I made me just I'm still not sure about my stomach, so I didn't make a huge cup of coffee, just like to think like a 7 ounces. Oh, Jenna, glad you made it. Keto brain, did all my additives, and just instant focus. And then it was maybe like an hour before the show, hour and a half, something like that. It's like great, got it in my system. And then the last show we went to went by so fast, but I was having fun. So that's got to be the keto brain. So that's the only reason I don't still feel like garbage from the last 2 weeks. How long's it been since my knee? Since about the 4th is when I've been having trouble with my knee like this. But it was so this doesn't usually happen. And I don't know if I've already talked about this, because if I did, it was 2 episodes ago, and I can't remember back that far, even though I watch all of these back so I don't repeat myself. But what happened was, if you guys remember, I was live for Frank's birthday on April the 2nd, because Frank was off doing birthday stuff that day. So we were here on a Wednesday. But I was like live a half an hour early in case Frank was going to be live later on. He didn't end up going live at all, but that's okay. It's his birthday. He can do whatever he wants. But that's cool. But what happened is either while I was live or like I saw this was posted after I got done with that show that day, but this channel that does 8-bit covers of a lot of songs, but specifically he's doing songs from Lady Gaga's latest album, Mayhem. So he had dropped his 8-bit cover of Vanish Into You. That's one of my favorite songs from the album, just easily. Like, I liked it the first time I went through it, even though it is it's like two genres that, but by the end they blend together well, but it's weird to go from just maybe modern to 70s and just back and forth like that. I can groove with it now, but it is a slightly jarring the first few times through. John Rogers, glad you made it. But this guy uploads an 8-bit version, so it's like, cool, the entire song is in the 80s. And what he does is, I haven't listened to a lot of his stuff, but what he did do is specifically with this song, he made it a little bit longer. Crystal Pistol, glad you made it. It's kind of like he's sort of like he stays true to the song, but then at the end of this version, he kind of like adds a little bit to it. like maybe plays it in a different key. It just, it's as if you were to sing maybe a couple extra verses at the end if you really have to like sing along to this 8-bit track that has no singing in it, which I do. I'm that one idiot singing along to something that has no words, but like it's cool. Kind of like breaks it down at the end after a few times listening to it through because I just had to keep playing it on replay. I'm like, wait, he's got a DSE ray in there. I know those notes. If you know the song "Making Christmas" from The Nightmare Before Christmas, that's I think I call it "Making Christmas" in my head, but it's DSE ray. You know those notes. You've heard it. It's everywhere. You've heard it before. But I'm like, hey, don't do that to me in the song. This is supposed to be a happy song, God damn it. But it's a cute little remix, and so I freaked out. I ran right into the comments, and I'm like, how bad do you want me, 8-bit? Question mark. And just saying it just to say it. I don't know how these people like if they talk back to their comments or whatever. But this dude answered me back, and he's just like soon. But that's it. I don't know his upload schedule. I don't know if soon means this year. I don't know if it meant that this month, this what. I don't know what his time frame is. Hey Pete, glad you made it. Yeah, that's Rainbow Warrior, same guy. Um, so it was just up in the air. It just he's already done. Of course, he's done Disease and Abracadabra. I off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you exactly what else he's done for Mayhem, but that's as far as it was April 2nd. Put my comment in, great. So I knew he was going to do it, just did not know when. Maybe it was going to be the last song he did. Zero clue, just putting it out in the universe. Just please do it before I die. Oh, Pete, thank you. Hello, Skin and Bones, Nikki. Thank you very much. I wish. So that's just where it's at. And then a couple days later, I had my knee go out on me, which was up about a Friday. I woke up with that. And then by that Tuesday, I know I have mentioned that. That's when the nerves just finally crumbled down, couldn't take it anymore. And I'm just that close to a nervous breakdown. Like I always feel like I'm shaking inside, even though I'm holding perfectly still. That's how bad the agitation is. So that was Tuesday. It was just all hitting me about how bad everything was. And we did not have a good time at the show that night. At least I did not. Uh, Going to Wednesday, I did have my doctor's appointment, got adjusted, but I was not going to see the man at the time for another 3 weeks. Don't know if that was gonna. Whenever you get adjusted, you don't exactly feel it that day. It might take the next day, or it might take 2 days for you to feel everything fall back into place. So I was just sitting there Wednesday, having had found hair in my food. Thank you. Still have not heard back from that. And just upset about that and my knee because I cannot, like I will not be sitting here a year from now in the exact same knee pain. I will unalive myself for that. And I was sitting here thinking about how everything I've done since I quit my job about 14 months ago means jack fucking spit if my knee still hurts anyway. So that just has me feeling like a 100% loser, failure, piece of shit, all the bad terms. Like, I know I'm not, but I still feel that way because when you have depression and something goes bad, it easily becomes delete yourself depression. That's just how it's. It doesn't take much to agitate it, make it worse. That was just, Wednesday. It wasn't even 4 o'clock. It wasn't even 3 o'clock. And I was thinking, shit, I feel this bad now. Of course, I can always pull it together by 7 p.m. and, push everything aside. But it wasn't even 4 o'clock yet. Just waiting for, Gray was not even going to upload for at least another hour. What the hell? Just thinking all these bad thoughts. And then my phone chimes off right at 3 p.m. And folks don't really upload exactly at 3 p.m. So hold on. I usually pick up my phone when it chimes off for YouTube. um Pete, I kind of got a little bit, it got a little bit out of control. I was 105 at one point, which is too much. It's on, I mean, like for my height, that's a completely acceptable weight. Do not get me wrong, I realize that. But I'm on camera, so that's not okay, especially when I promised myself I would get down to 99. So, like, right there, that made me 6 pounds overweight. And then, so if 99 pounds is too much, that means I've got to get down to 95. So that would have made me 10 pounds overweight. But I think the last time I got on the scale, I was 102. So I was getting better at that because I couldn't lose weight for a minute there. I don't like the idea of morning sickness and being unable to lose weight. That's just going to start rumors. So, but that's not the situation. Um, so like I was gonna weigh myself earlier, but if it was bad, I didn't want to feel bad about it since the keto brains is really the only thing making me. I mean, like of course I'm like up when I'm like doing these shows, but like I was like not bummed out like last night and not as bummed out today. So there's that. That's helping out a lot. Despite all the hassle to order keto brains, and the fact like I did send them an email exactly a week ago and still have not heard back from them. Pete, yeah, immaculate conception, that's the only way. I go driving beautiful mountain roads, but good evening to buddy chat. Oh wow, have a good drive, dude. Francois, it's better than skull and bones. Yeah, yeah, no cult stuff. Anyway, Wednesday 3 p.m. April 9th, Professor Farnsworth's birthday. Phone chimes, I'll pick up my phone. And it's after he uploaded Vanish Into You. It's a channel called, like, this dude has just a regular ass name. It's I don't want to get it wrong. Daryl Banner. Like comments like Daryl, like Daryl Dixon, banner like a banner at the top of your page. So it's that guy uploaded. I'm like, and then I looked at what it was. I don't know how I didn't drop my phone. I don't know how because I was just lying down feeling like shit, and suddenly I cannot grab my remote fast enough because I'm sure I was watching Grace still play, so I had to get off of that and jump to my subscriptions and get to this because he did his 8-bit version of How Bad Do You Want Me? So it has to be good, or I was gonna feel so bad, like because I didn't. I wasn't gonna be a dick. I mentioned this before. I wasn't gonna be a dick and be like, "Hey, I'll subscribe if you do this." Like, I'm not an asshole like that. I don't. The comment turret does not control the channel. I'm not an asshole like that. I was not gonna say that, but I was low key thinking that. Nightcock, glad you made it. Ran over there so fast. I turned the volume up so fast. I think I turned it up to 30. I don't care who could hear it, or I mean, like I've got the windows closed, but I don't care who heard it. I don't care how bad it hurt my ears. Whatever. This I gotta play this loud AF. And I did. And I don't know how far I got into it, like probably not even 30 seconds. And again, with just feeling so bad about everything else with my knee, I just had to grab the tissues. I was just crying. I was listening to the song. I think I had my glasses off, holding on to a tissue and just listening to it. It is so good. And then what he does to, like I said, he adds like it's a little bit longer than the standard version. Like he adds a little bit to it. Like at one point, there's the lyric in the song that says, "Even good boys leave. How bad do you want me?" He does that like twice more. The rest of the song plays, and then a little bit later on, there's space for a because this happens earlier in the song, but then in his version, there's space for an extra "that girl in your head ain't real. How bad do you want me for real?" And it's so cute. And then like at some point towards the end, it kind of just like breaks into a run. It's so happy. Cried my eyes out. I just played that till probably for an hour. I played it until whatever Gray uploaded that day. I love it so much. It's so good. And now I'm sitting here subscribed to this guy, and I kind of feel like a dick because He's sort of already done all of the songs I really care about. Uh, uh I mean, I'm gonna hang on for the other one. Like I've even listened to, he did Shadow of a Man. I do not care for that song, but I listened to his 8-bit version. That's fine. It's more entertaining than the studio version of the song. So like I'm for whatever he's uploaded, and he's done other stuff too. Like he's done like Depeche Mode, Enjoy the Silence. He's done some Madonna. His version of Frozen is very good. And that song's got a lot going on in it anyway, with the whole friggin' orchestra in the background. I just had to mention that it's rare for me to like a song so much that it has me crying. The first time I heard "How Bad Do You Want Me," it did that. The 8-bit version friggin' wrecked me. I love the song so much. I almost like the one song I don't want to look for not covers but remixes of it, because it's honestly perfect on its own. And I cannot believe I'm saying that about a Lady Gaga song in 2025. I mean, like, of course, Disease and Abracadabra are great songs on their own. But again, they have to be. They're singles. That is their job. And let me break that up with something a little bit happier. Now, Frank might have mentioned this and it just kind of went in one ear and out the other, but he officially did say it. Oh, well, I'm sitting here talking away. I do have the phone line opened up. It's there in the description. 419 359 8869. Sorry about the loud ass sounds for the notifications. Oh, and then for the movies, I'm taking movie suggestions all this week because I'm gonna get a poll started up for Saturday for the movie for us to watch for May. So as long as it's a free movie on YouTube or Tubi or Pluto TV, something everybody can access for free, that will be available in May. 'Cause like right now, it's still like a little bit close. They're not gonna say exactly what films are gonna be leaving at the end of the month, so I think I gotta wait a couple days to actually check. I've got a few suggestions from you guys already, and then I'll see what they have. I'm kind of digging the like 2 movies I have seen, 2 movies I haven't seen thing, and then like trying to like push away from, because we've done the 90s and the 70s twice. Like there's other decades. Maybe we can find some movies from there. Michael said, "Have I ever seen the movie Winter's Bone?" Like Winter apostrophe S Bone. Is it an adult film? I haven't seen it either way. Then again, I've never watched an adult movie and been so anxious to find out the title either. Like, if I've seen Backdoor Sluts 9 or whatever the one was from South Park, I wouldn't know. But Frank is doing his movie club in May, will be public, and they are going to be watching The Prestige from, I think it said 2006. I'm pretty sure Frank just spoiled it for us like last week, but I can't remember that, so it'll be fresh for me. But the thing is, as Frank was saying that as his show, I'm pulling out my phone, I'm looking up Tubi real quick, I'm looking up Pluto TV real quick. I knew it wasn't on YouTube, so I wasn't even going to check. Of course, they do not have it. Yeah, it'll be hard to find movies on YouTube from the 2020s. That's okay. It can be a later movie. We're into, people are up for silent films, so that's totally in the wheelhouse. I like silent, pre 1929 films. Like Charlie Chaplin movies, or Clara Bow, Louise Brooks, stuff like that. Silent era. Whenever all you did was just set up a camera and just react in front of it. Those type of movies. Which they do have on. I'm surprised Tubi does have stuff like that. Like they've got, I think, like the Ten Commandments from something like 1927, and just like silent films. I'm just surprised that they have. I'm glad that there's interest in them still. Dandy, but I can't read. I know, same. Oh, let me write that down. Got movies somewhere. Right here. Here we go. So, Winter's Bone. Capricorn 1. That's one, as a Capricorn, I have not seen. People get closed captioning in Braille. But yeah, so I even asked in the chat room, I was like, well, where can we find the Prestige to watch for free? And you could see the question mark pop up above Frank's head because he just did not know. He might have made a suggestion. Like, it could be on YouTube. No, that was his suggestion. It might be on YouTube, but they have those. They do have movies on YouTube, but they're $3.99 to rent. And I know that $3.99 after taxes, $4.26. I don't know if I have $4 and a quarter and a penny to watch a movie one time that I'll forget in 2 days. So I would have to sit there and take notes. And it does seem like the movie club, like last Monday after the show was movie club, so that would have it at 9 p.m. on a Monday coming up. Nightcock, wasn't OJ in Capricorn 1? Somebody was in Capricorn 1. It's ringing bells. Capricorn 1 movie. 1977. That's okay if it's a 70s film. We're just gonna watch nothing but 70s films. Watch. It's the one decade I know the least about. And oh. It's got Sam Waterston. That's Jack McCoy from Law and Order. Ah! It does have O.J. Simpson. Oh my God, Sam Waterston. And why is this familiar to me? Music by Jerry Goldsmith. That's why. Ooh, Jerry film. I don't care if it's from the 70s or not. That's Jerry Goldsmith. Woo! Nice, thanks. Capricorn 1, Pete is saying, is a space conspiracy movie with O.J. Simpson, Teddy Savalas, Sam Waterston from Law and Order, set in the 70s, and it tells the story about how NASA faked a space flight to Mars. They were onto that back in the 70s. Yeah, basically tells the story of why we faked the moon landing. That is so interesting. Capricorn 1 was a good movie, Francois was saying. Nice. Yeah, I'll see if it's available. Yeah, I mean, it's a Jerry Goldsmith. Come on now. Absolutely. Yeah, folks have already suggested a Jabberwocky, Cat People, Dark Crystal, Deer Hunter, Winter's Bone, Capricorn 1. I'm going to look extra hard for that. I want us to, because I don't know the score or nothing like that. That's why it was ringing bells. Yeah, it was interesting. I like the concept of the eclectic group of actors. Nightcock, a movie about a movie faking another movie. Whoa, it's like Inception. I need to see that film. What to go to? Glad you made it. From the lobby at Supercuts. Wow. Helping out all of those suicidal. No, 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 no. Moby, how's it going? Said, hey kids. Oh, Jenna said, lifted. Not getting lifted, but like a film. Lifted, free, full movie, family drama. Boy's dad deployed to Afghanistan. Oh no. Yeah. Oh, King 40, glad you made it. Ha ha, King 40's got a job now. No, Frank's the Monday coffee thing. He was saying I don't know, like Frank was basically gonna be in touch. It sounds like Frank's gonna make King 40 like sort of be on the clock during the show. I it just from what Frank said, I don't know what he's really gonna do. Jenna, it's free on YouTube. Nice. Got it written down. Pete said you could call that movie My Wife's Orgasm. Who told you about it? Yeah, so since I was in no mood before last Saturday's show, even though I know it was a thing going on and people were talking about it, and I guess I have to pay attention to it this year because Lady Gaga was at Coachella performing stuff from performing songs. Now the last time I knew she was there, she might have been there in between, but the last one I know of, Lisa Gray, glad you made it. Oh, this was in 2017 because this is when the song The Cure came out. The song The Cure came out on April 17 of 2017. And then I go to watch Coachella and she's singing the song and I couldn't understand what she was saying, so I had to go listen to the official version because it starts out quiet and then gets big, so don't watch it live the first time. Love that song to death. We had not gotten anything out of the woman. It was 2017 at the time. We had not gotten anything from her since Art Pop in 2013. So we got one song. So it's like, thank you. Anyway, at that Coachella performance, watch the whole thing. What she did, she sits down at the piano at one point. It's a real quiet version that she plays of The Edge of Glory, one of my favorite songs. Love that live version of it. It gives me chills. And it's saved like separately to like share online. It's a thing. If she has been there since, she said she has. I don't know about it. So for me, she has not been there since 2017, and I don't keep up with Coachella. I don't give a crap. I really don't care for like Coach, the fashion line. It's too plain, too understated. It does not look expensive. If it is expensive, just it's not my scene at all. But if you wear Coach well, that's fine. It just like because I don't like the color brown, but if you can wear it well, do it. Oh, Michael Winter's Bone is definitely not sexy. It's so good though. I'll look for it at the free sites. I think you'll like it. Yeah, I got it written down, so as long as it's just one, I'll be able to find it. But since I heard, I think I saw maybe a clip of a video or like a thumbnail saying that like yes, she did perform. How bad do you want me at Coachella? So I went from zero caring to 100% caring. Jenna, it's all Satan stuff. Yeah, Coachella. They get up to like I would never go, but these people had a good time. I just sat here. Like the full concert is just not available. At least not from this year. So it's like some guy would just filmed it on his phone. For the most part, he did a good job. Um, yeah. So this was back on April 11th. Michael, yeah, I just realized Coach put on Coachella. Yeah. Huh, with those names. Like, what are the odds? If you don't give me a Coach bag for just showing up there, then I'm not going. This was a cool concert. Like, I don't know how much it costs to get in. I don't know if it's all separate. I don't know if you just stand around all day, like for Woodstock. I'm not sure exactly how long this took, maybe an hour. But for the most part, this was a slamming good time, despite some songs I don't like, despite the fact that this chick does get winded. But she gets panting, and then there's going to be a break. But it starts out. What's it go to? Record the go-go set. Nice. My thing is, if I have Coach on the brain, like straight guys are not going to be thinking about that at all. So unless I just said, unless their wife or somebody had just brought it up, it's not something like the guys. You're not going to get your tires changed to hear them talking about Coachella. Tires rotated. Excuse me. But it starts out at first, I was like, no, because it's like these white flashing lights, and it's just like, oh my God, just get on with it. I know it can't do this the whole time. It doesn't. That's really like the most irritating part. Now you have seen this thumbnails everywhere. It's almost like a big red mushroom, but like cake, and she's just like standing at the very top of it, and it's like this whole big thing comes out, so you can tell she's up very high in the sky or something like that. Opens up with the song Bloody Mary. So, and then like everything's red. Yeah, it's the red mushroom blanket look. You've seen that thumbnail. Bloody Mary. Watch her do Bloody Mary at the Born This Way ball. Love that. So chic. So from that, she kind of like drops down. She does abracadabra, drops down into the dress. Like the dress opens up and it's like a cage inside. So there's like a few performers in there. She's like inside the cage singing. Somebody said she was having microphone issues. I would have to go back and watch, but it was fine to me. It got sorted out. But she gets out of that, and then like she's in this costume. It's like she cannot move in it, and I was like just waiting for them to like take it off of her because I know it was just like a layer on top of another layer. And the thing with it's got like these spikes, these very prominent shoulders. It's all red, but she's got these like they're like braces or bracelets that made me think of deer antlers. So like the white with the red, a little bit of black, very simplistic. But that big heavy costume, I just was not. I mean, like I know she can move her body around, but like this costume, she could not move in it. So they finally took that off of her at some point. So I'm like, good, she can't even move anyway. So they go right into Judas, the Easter song. Judas does have a cool music video. It has Norman Reedus in it. He's the guy pouring beer on her ass in the bathtub. But it was like abracadabra, and then it went into Judas. Is almost like you would do like remixing songs together. So if anybody has remixed abracadabra and Judas together, if they haven't, I'm sure they have by now. That was 11 days ago. Little Monsters work very quickly. So if I care to look that up, I'm sure it exists. And now it's like this more red fitted outfit. It's sort of like she's wearing maybe like frilly boy short slash panties. And then like long black gloves, again, black and red, very cool. The thing you do have to remember with Lady Gaga is she's not going to be like, busting her ass dancing the entire time because she did break her hip back in the day. So like there are times when she is dancing, and then there are times where like she's still. And I think they have to get creative with that, and not make her seem lazy. And they do a pretty good balance of it. I do notice that kind of stuff since I just with my back issues. But what she's got like with like the red dress on, and like the black boy short things, and like the black gloves. She's got this like her hair is black. She's got like the short bangs, like the short haircut, very straight. But then she's got like this thin black veil down the back. It's like nun esque without being like too heavy handed, like with like a nun Catholic sort of reference. And this is always a good time. They went from Judas into Shisa. Hot! I've told you about that song. This is when it's like now it's black outfits with like this real long feather, the black veil, very cool, very dark. And then it goes from like these dark reds into like now the set's green. And at first, like, because I don't know exactly all of the songs off of Mayhem yet, I'm not forced, I'm not choking them down, but I'm getting there with them. Next, now they're doing a modern, from the current album song, Garden of Eden. Good song. Goes out into the crowd. At one point, they put a guitar on her, and it's like I don't like to see her holding a guitar, playing a guitar, because I get Joanne vibes. So I was starting to get scared. But it's okay. But it's okay because after that, she did Poker Face, and I got chills. Oh my god, I don't know why. Like it's the one song everybody knows. I still got chills, and it was weird because there were these other like it was like this other character on the stage with her, and she seemed to be dressed the way what let's see. Back during Born This Way, Gaga wore like this red lace. You like her entire face was covered up, her entire body was covered up. There was even a red crown that went with it. It was just all solid red lace. But then there was also a look that was all white. So that's how this character looked. It was like the spiky crown, but like all white, all like lace, and you could not see this person's face. It's as if she was like dealing with herself from back in when she first debuted, and herself now with this other character on the stage. I don't know if this whole thing was supposed to be telling a story. It did have acts. I should be able to infer from what's going on if there was or not. But that's how it looked to me. And like the dance floor is like a chessboard, and you can see it from above. At some point, like they got the stage out in the crowd, so all this person could do was just like film the screen. But that was okay. Did a good job of it. Like the audio was good, the camera wasn't too shaky, he wasn't singing along to every song, so whoever filmed this did a good job. Yeah, everything's red, and at the end of the song, the character just collapses, like her head's hanging off the stage, she just drops. And Gaga's breathing a little bit hard here, I notice. But then they go into this interlude, this off with her head interlude. They play a little bit of abracadabra again. It's got this really sick beat. This better exist. There's got to be like the abracadabra Coachella remix because this went hard. This sounded cool as fuck on the dude's phone. It was probably slamming in real life, and like maybe two or three dancers on the stage. Very cool moment. And I guess that's the end of Act One. Because now they start showing you up on the screen. Act Two. Everything's blue. You can see, like the circle keyboard that she's had. She's always had this for years. It's a literal like circle with like piano keys all the way around you. You probably gotta like stand up and crawl and like stand up in it. That was back there, so you can see like back in the set where the band is. Like you can see that. That's just the first time I wrote it down. That's around still. Another new song. She does Perfect Celebrity, but it's like she's like laying down in a sandbox. Like now she's wearing white. Sorry. Pardon any lag. Please don't freeze. And I'm telling you about this Coachella thing now, one, so you don't have to watch it, and two, so I don't have to watch it again. It wasn't bad. It really was not bad. If somebody smashes all together and throws it up in a video, I would watch it again. Yeah, everything's blue. Perfect Celebrity. It's like a big square sandbox. She's just lying in it. She's got some like sand, whatever it is, on her, and then like right next to her is a skeleton. So like this is her. I don't know why, but it's I realized I was going to be seeing it more. I was sort of getting Dark Shadows Dream Curse vibes. Spoilers a little bit. Oh, Francois, Ryan Gable did an interesting explanation on the Abracadabra song. Oh, he's been on Frank before. Been on Frank, sorry, gay. Been on Quite Frankly before, hasn't he? He has Gable because we keep making Clark Gable jokes when he comes on. What did he say? Is it something bad? Nightcock. I think the record labels and producers have a lot of creative license, and the artists are bound by their agreements. Yeah, like singles, the artist does not decide what singles are released. I mean, like they can push for certain songs. Like I would prefer to have, like, say, this is a lead single, but if the record company says no, it's going to be that, then it's going to be that. Like I believe she did want Hair to be a single back in the Born This Way era, but it never was, and it's one of my favorite songs. But the whole time she's just lying down singing the song. Again, she did blow out her hip years ago, so they have to find ways to like work around her not being able to like stand up for a whole hour and dance. And on the one hand, I do understand she did get hurt back in 2011, but on the other hand, I do understand that she's a millionaire and she can get her hands on any drug on the planet. So at a certain point, my sympathy stops because I realize she has workarounds that the rest of us don't have. But it is still interesting the way they let her like get out of like just being up on her feet. It was still interesting. I was still entertained. Francois, yeah, he was on, quite frankly, and I hope to see him on the show again because he got very interesting points of view on many things. I remember that guy. I wonder if he's gonna be. I don't know how booking works. Like, do we have to like say go over to somebody's Twitter and like Jim Brewer? Like, do we need like 50 Franklies to like tweet at him for a month that he'll just be like, fine, I'll go on the show. What the fuck? Or like, is that harassment? I don't want to harass the guy. I just think he'd be fun on the show. Like, I don't know how that goes. Like, if there's Frank's people cold calling folks. But this was interesting. I've never thought this before since Gaga's fucked up her face with she's got the extra cheeks, she got the cheek implants. So now she has these really, really hard wrinkles under her eyelids. Like, she's got that little mole, that little brown mole. You almost can't see it anymore because that's where the wrinkles are. And her lips look like mine now. I wondered why she looks so fucking ridiculous because I finally found they finally have it's like 1 hour versions of all the songs. So it's like 1 hour of How Bad Do You Want Me. There's no ads, there's no nothing. It's just like the one shot of, I guess it's like the cover of the Mayhem album. And I'm just like, why does this kind of look familiar in a bad way? Like, I don't want to see my own face back in anything. It's weird enough doing my own show. Like, her lips are just like mine. Like her lips were so cute before. They're all fucked up now. I can't stand it. But this is the first time she's looked cute since she's fucked up her face because while she's doing Perfect Celebrity, at one point, just something about the blonde hair and maybe the way she's holding her face and her makeup looks like Mae West. I was like, girl. On the one hand, great. I'm glad you look like such a star. But on the other hand, you should want to look like yourself. So it is a little bit sad. It's sad to have all that money and still be unhappy with yourself. Francois, he's on Spotify and Spreaker. If any's interested, The Secret Teachings, plural, is his show. Oh, cool. Lisa, dang, people calling. My time to visit here is being interrupted. Have about half an hour now before I have to go out work with Skidster to spread gravel on floor driveway. Oh, awesome. Get that driveway done though. Fresh gravel. Ooh. Nightcock, yeah, I remember Ryan does have some interesting insights. It's been a minute since he's been on. Because every time, any relation to Clark, any just that's when we get all that stuff out. Then it goes into disease, and what it does is like it plays a little bit of the beat and then it stops. And I thought there was a problem, and you can kind of feel the entire audience go, "What?" And then the beat continues again, like they play a little bit, pause, play a little bit more, pause. Like that's how they're doing it. But that first pause, like I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of people were there, but I could feel all of us, even me, go, "What?" Like don't have technical difficulties now. That wasn't it. Did disease, and it's like she's again in the sandbox, and at the end of the sandbox she's like fighting this other, like some character. It's like she's fighting the monster from the disease video, and they're just like wrestling around and in the sandbox. And I'm thinking, how do you not get that sand in your eye? How do you rehearse something like that? That must be so uncomfortable, because if you get sand in one bad place, you're going to be uncomfortable for the rest of the day. But it's I don't have to worry about that. It wasn't me. Then she played paparazzi. I screamed. I love paparazzi. When she did paparazzi at the MTV VMAs in 2009, when she's hanging with the blood, that's iconic. You're never gonna beat that. I would never perform that song again. But like, I'm glad she did. I like the song because again, she was just wrestling around in the sandbox, so now she's gonna be tired. So the paparazzi video, they're like wheelchair crutches, very blinged out. So they bring out like these like chrome, crutches. She's got like these chrome like shoulder plaid down the arms thing, and like this like skull, helmet, so she can just kind of like stand there and sing the song and catch her breath. Creative way to get around that. You can tell she's getting tired from that little fight scene. But this is like a slow piano version of paparazzi I have never heard before. It almost makes you want to cry. It's so pretty though. So again, there has got to be the Coachella a piano paparazzi version out there. There has to be. It is so pretty. And then at the end she like gets gotta stop and chat with the audience, and that kind of a thing is always fun to do. And then she does a little bit of a lead into Alejandro, but she didn't do the sexy dance from the video. And like she's just like standing up there while all the dancers are doing the work down here, because again she's tired, she's been moving around a lot. But she doesn't do, I can't do it because go watch Alejandro music video by Lady Gaga. She does this sexy dance move. She's got her arms out, this thing with her shoulders. I can't do because I tried and my lower back hurt immediately. So I'm just not strong enough for that. It's a sexy dance. It's the best thing. Uh, I'll go ahead and say this. Before Joanne came out, my least favorite Lady Gaga song was Alejandro. It's not that I dislike it. It was just my least favorite. What's up, We Owe You, Bill Cooper? Having late dinner and lurking. That's cool. But the music video saves it. That video fucks. It is so sexy. Oh my god. Dude. And then 2016 happened, and where we're at now. Michael, all right, love you. See you tomorrow. Enjoy Gaga. Yeah, she's putting in the effort. Nightcock, yeah, that's hard to do. Fermata's pause in a song require everyone to be on point. Yeah, yeah. Like say if the rest of the band didn't know that's how the song was gonna go, like if somebody missed rehearsal, they would have been real fucking stupid playing a note in that silence. That's like playing a note in the orchestra when it's supposed to be silent. Suddenly you got 80 people, 100 some people staring right at your ass, and you just want to die. Then they turn everything like purple, and they're playing the song The Beast. This is one of the newer songs. It's a slow song. This is like the slow fuck song, but she already has a song called Animal. It's an unreleased song, but that goes hard as fuck. I prefer that. And she wasn't even on, she was like on stage for some of it, and then she runs off because she's doing a costume change. So it's like the red and black dancer outfits. And then like most of it is just like there's a circle like screen. So like most of it is just a pre-shot video of her singing it so she can do a costume change. I get it. Okay, Act Three starts out. They're playing some sick ass beat up on stage. There's a dude up there with two keyboards. He's wearing a reddish jacket that sort of gave me Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson's red coat vibes. Not an MJ fan, but it did give me those vibes. Started playing the song Killa. I don't know if that's how Killa starts out because I do not care for that song. But it's better live because it doesn't put that high pitched sound in it. And so yeah, it was better live, but like the outfit she was wearing was very unflattering. It was like almost like a blue bathing suit, but like it had a lot of like black detail, like very texturedy, like going down the arm and down the side, down the leg, and all this stuff. But again, she's maybe about 10 pounds away from where she should be, and when she turns to the side in that outfit, it shows. If you can't tell by her arm. So it was not very flattering, but she really only has that on for the one song because, right? Well, the dancers made me think of art pop. They had the from the concert. I forget exactly when during art pop. A Gaga has a costume with like it's almost like these two tentacles coming out of her head and kind of hanging down. But all of the dancers look like that. So you got these art pop looking dancers doing a song from the new album, whatever. Everything again is blue. And then here's something I think Frankincense would have a lot to say about because they sort of bring out drums for her to play, and by drums I mean like the one cymbal piece and then like two drums off to the side, and she's got the sticks. And I would just like to hear a professional drummer critique that. Like I'm not trying to like rip the girl a new, God bless her for trying and all that stuff, but I don't think she's a professional drummer, and I would just like to get a professional drummer's opinion. What's up, Beat Chef? Glad you made it. It's almost over. Don't worry, don't worry. This couldn't have been more than an hour in real life. Huh. But yeah, it is better live. Then she does. Then they put on. Is this what it is? Okay, they put on, like I said, she's got that blue like bathing suit thing with all the black, but then they put this thing on her. It's like um maybe like a military uniform from like say 200 years ago. It's like blue, but then it sort of looks like ribs on the front, like a rib cage on the front, like with the design, not that like that they took actual like fake skeleton ribs. Like like wearing that over it, but very cool. It's just covering up that other outfit. This is when she's singing Zombie Boy, and she's also dancing. Again, there's that skeleton again. I had a figure feeling it would come back. All the dancers are like partnered with like a skeleton that's like a human sized skeleton. They're kind of dancing with it, carrying it around, stuff like that. It's attached to the outfit. You can see this like little cord so they can't drop it. Very smart. So that's how that went. It was cute, skeletons. It was kind of making me think of like Corpse Bride. Haven't seen that in years, but it was a fun performance. I was going along with it. That was a nice time. It's just lighthearted. Then she has this black hat. It's again, it's like sort of like this oh, I forget if it's in disease or abracadabra, but it's like it's his hat again. Then it kind of comes out with like these two kind of like things. Like I support like devil horn esque ish, like that shape. I'm not saying she's thinking she's like a devil or a critter. Like Mother Monster. We get that. but it's just like this black, like, yeah, again, it's kind of like got that same embellishment like all down the side that like the blue outfit had that she's still wearing, but she's covered up with the coat. Now she's got this hat on. Oh, yeah. Um, I'll say the nice stuff about it. Now she's at a keyboard and it's like skulls, nothing but skulls, like a bunch of little skulls on the outside of the keyboard. The music stand is like the back of a rib cage, like holding up the music score. One of the skulls has like, size covered. And I didn't know what song she was gonna sing, and it was Die with a Smile. This was the first low point for me. This is the time to check your phone at the concert. Lisa Graham wearing the latest spring clothes, raggedy Carhartts, knee-high rubber boots, and a ratty halibut jacket, feeling cute. Might get more might go get more muddy in a bit. Oh, nice. That's a cute look. One of those steal her look things. Like, even though they didn't kill her, I got through that. It had that nice beat to it. And I know it's not very long of a song, so I wasn't going to have to, like, sit and suffer through it very long. Uh, but Die with a Smile, I don't know. I guess I just don't care for Bruno Mars's voice in the original song. I don't understand Gaga's obsession with, like dying. Like, between Die with a Smile and Blade of Grass. Maybe if she wasn't getting her face cut open every 2 years, she wouldn't think she was going to die. I don't know if I've already said that, but I've just thought it so hard. It just does not make sense to me. It's like, oh, great. She's singing this song. I guess it can't last too long. It's like the fourth time I've heard it, and I just think, at least it's her singing it. I don't have to hear Bruno Mars's voice. See, he wasn't going to come out there. Uh, and again, everything is kind of like bluish. They turned something else on, like in the back it's blue, but up on the front, like the actual stuff on the stage is like purple. So I'm like, okay, digging this like bluish purpley thing. Cool. Then she plays How Bad Do You Want Me, and I have no notes. I've never heard that. That's the first time I've heard her perform it live. Like any of the songs from Mayhem, I have not heard live or seen perform live until this. Well, okay, Abracadabra on SNL. I don't want to lie to you, but this is the first time I've heard my song live, seeing it live. I don't know how she's gonna sing it live, so I was more into like when is she gonna breathe? Is she, because a lot of that song, long parts of it are one breath. Like one part's one breath, you get a little break, and then another part's even longer before you get to take a breath. So practice your Eminem. But she sang it, and I was just like teary eyed by the end because I never got to hear it before, and like in purple, and just I never thought, like, I don't know if she's gonna play that at the concert proper when she goes on tour for it. So I don't know if I'll ever get to like personally I'm not gonna see it live. Of course I'm not gonna go to a concert, but like I don't know if I'm gonna get to see it performed live on YouTube ever, except for a few times. But that was the first time, so I was just so giddy about that. Uh and so now it's time for another, change. So there's this hot fucking beat. I don't know what this song was again. Whatever this Coachella remix was, it went hard as fuck. It was hot. And again, like that circle screen that was showing the end of the beast. Now it's just kind of it's like this you've seen Independence Day from 1996 when the aliens are right above. It's like that, and it's like doing these like circle effects to just entertain the crowd, and it's got like this thing going all the way around it. So again, ID for 1996 vibes from that. It didn't turn green. If it did, I would have left, but it didn't. Like, no, you're not gonna kill me the same way they killed all those people. I saw that movie 3 times. You can't kill me that way. Okay, Act 4. Every single act has some kind of like words talking about it. Don't care. Because it starts out with her saying something and her vocal fry is so bad and there's no subtitles. I don't care what you're saying. Oh, she does Shadow of a Man. Don't care for that song, but I like her outfit. It's like this gray outfit. Like the arms are covered, prominent shoulders. It's got like this black latex strap. It's uniform esque, but it's short, and she's got like these black latex like boy shorts on, really high black boots. I want to wear that outfit. I don't think I could pull it off from the waist down, but I could pull off most of it. I want that outfit. That was so cool, and it was gray. I like that one. That was too much. And that song was too much for her to sing live. There were long parts. I like the quick parts that sound like Michael Jackson. She was just letting that go and then singing the simple parts in between. So, like, yeah, I don't even want to sing that song. She doesn't want to sing it live either. It's too much work. And then, like, the very, very end of that, she sings, I think she says, like, I'll kill for love, maybe twice. Don't care for that song either. I'm glad that's all we got to hear about it. And then at one point, the audience chants Michael, like, check your browser history. Nightcock, yeah, T-ball night, yeah. I think what happened is Frank's daughter, because she was saying she likes the bat, and I know Frank, I don't think anybody in Frank's world watches The Walking Dead, but there's his daughter walking in there with like nails drilled, smashed into it. Like, people are a resource! Coaches are like, who taught her that? And Frank doesn't get the reference because he doesn't watch The Walking Dead. Oh my God! Yeah, all right, yeah. Go talk to the audience, Michael thing. Then she gets into "Born This Way." That's a fun song. Did most of the dance for it. I don't know any of the "Born This Way" dance, so I'll let her go and do it. Like white and red. That's when I figured out I do want to wear that gray outfit that she's got on. But I do the "Born This Way" thing. Then she goes up to another piano. It's like, well, what now? William Bill Cooper, if you get that outfit, Nikki, do not tell us. You might get hounded until we see it on you, Keck. Yeah. Yeah, let me get on my phone right now. Hey Gaga, you know that thing you wore 11 days ago? What size is it? I doubt we're the same size. Well, she's shorter than me, but I don't know like what her like poundage is. Anyway, she sits down at the piano and she starts talking. And, again, I don't know every single last thing she's done. And she starts singing Shallow. I do not like this song. I've never liked this song because I don't know what the fuck she's saying. At some point before she did A Star is Born, somebody told her, fuck pronunciation. Nobody needs it. And she's starting to remember, but back then she had completely forgotten. So I don't know what she's saying in that song. I like the song Kylo. Nerdist did it. It's if you take Shallow and you take, which is, no, and you take The Last Jedi, which is also no, you bring them together and they made the song Kylo. I found that song 3 days after it came out. I listened to it all day to memorize it. I love that song. It's just a silly parody song. It's great. But in that moment, okay, here she's sitting here playing Shallow. Okay, let me, for the first time since whenever that movie came out, let me look up the fucking lyrics to this goddamn song, because I'm not going to understand the words coming out of her mouth. All right, Gaga, sing it. I'm reading along. So I know the words to the song. Maybe it is more profound and makes more sense after I've watched the film. lyrically, it's a tad bit weird. Um, and again, most of it is that shallow, la 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 la, shallow, whatever the hell part. It's no. The only thing that song has going for are those three notes they got sued over. That's the best part of it. And I don't know what the real lyrics are in the real song. I only know I know like the Kylo version of it more than the real version. And so in Kylo, it's I've been trained. Uh or follow me. And in the shallow version, it's just whatever. It's just I would still rather listen to Kylo, but now I know the words to the song. Great. It's so interesting in this concert now that I'm reading it back how she does something bleh, could give zero fucks about why do I have to sit through this, and then does something amazing to follow it up. Oh, Nightcock Razorfist had an interesting theory on MJ. Okay, can you sum it up in a nutshell? I'd like to hear that. VCHAP 3 gigabits left. Possibly can get some more data credit tomorrow. Oh, hopefully. VCHAP guilty of sin. Someone else made a YouTube video content, which actual evidence MJ was guilty of sin. King 40, the guy was textbook. VCHAP, however, since not alive anymore, better not to hassle. No good can come from it. Like without getting into like too much like detail, it kind of sounds like what happens with a lot of people is like that stuff happens to them as a kid. You know, some people never touch another child as an adult. Some people do. I'm not excusing it at all, but I'm not just saying he woke up one day at I don't know 25 and decided, you know, like I don't know like the man's history to I don't care enough about it to even make a joke, but it doesn't work that way. Like how guys just like women don't wake up one day at 35 and decide to start moisturizing. Only trannies do that because they're men and men don't generally moisturize. I don't know how men moisturize their skin. Do they? Do they just do guys moisturize? Do you guys put anything on your skin? Like does the shaving do anything? Or like is your skin dry all the time and you just go through life like you don't have to go through life with dry skin. Like nobody has to know you're moisturizing. It won't show up. It's not makeup. You can have nicer skin later on. I just don't know what guys do for that. Nightcock, he basically said he was unjustly accused and the cases against him were fraudulent. Well, this is never going to happen, but I wish someone like Macaulay Culkin could write a tell all that did tell all. I'm glad he's still with us. He has a great sense of humor. Nycock, but yeah, I was essentially born into the industry. It's a vicious environment, especially for a child. Yeah, and then being on, in the entertainment industry, you're just an entertainer. Like you as a person does not matter. You as the performer does. And so maybe they don't care what you're doing in your personal life, even if it is bad stuff. And then, there's enablers. It's not like it's just one guy doing bad stuff. They've got friends. Allegedly. Allegedly. This channel's for entertainment only. So yeah, after Shallow, still at the piano. But that's when she did "Vanish into You." I like that song so much, and she's like the down like walking around like with the crowd, and looks like the security guy following her the entire time in case somebody wants to get handsy, and he's gonna have to fuck him up. So she's just like down there with like everybody. That was so cool. I like that song a lot. And then the finale, go away, come back. Everything's all white and red. and like these other dancers, like they're dressed like plague doctors, but it's almost comical, like comically big, plague doctor mask with like an overly sized, like old school, like nurse little hat that they wore with the crosses on it, and like they roll out this gurney, and you can see somebody's feet, and then it's like the beeping, like the heartbeat's getting faster, and all the doctors are pretending to work. Then eventually, it's just like the beeping, stop, goes flat line. No, everybody stops moving. Someone in the audience, save her. But that's when Bad Romance starts playing. You have to play Bad Romance at the end of the concert, despite the Chromatica Ball. She opened with Bad Romance. That's a bad sign. But she's doing it right here. She's closing with Bad Romance. I screamed. She closed with Bad Romance at the Monster Ball, the one that I went to. I'll never forget it. But there she is lying on the gurney. You can see her feet, and she's singing. And I'm thinking this, I wrote this down too. I said, it's the last song. Get up. Like, I don't care how tired you are. But she's got this, like, now she's in white again, blonde hair. She's got these, like, super long, like, like, they're serious, like, like these gloves that are, like, seriously maybe, like a foot long, just, like, dangling down both hands. She's not grabbing a mic for nothing. But it's white, and like there's like these like yellowish feathers, like she's some kind of, I don't know, feather monster thing. Do the dance. So like she did the whole um you know unlike Alejandro, when she just stood there, she actually did the boring, the Bad Romance dance. And yeah, that's how you do it. That was her at Coachella. I think that was an hour ish. Seems like that. The way it's uploaded, it's like the first few songs, and each individual song pretty much is like a different upload. That's how I had to watch her Enigma concert when she had a residency in Vegas. Like there was not at the time, there was not just say one like hour and a half, hour 45 minute version of it. You had to watch somebody's playlist of like 25 videos to get all of that in. But that was good too. Did not do anything from Joanne then either. And that's what I was thinking about it. It's like, okay, we've got stuff from the Fame Monster, Born This Way, the new album, nothing from Chromatica, nothing from Joanne. But that was still that's still a good solid concert, despite like two like slow parts where I was like seriously grabbing my phone. That was a good time. Again, I assume Coachella is like your it's 3 days, so you get a like a 1, 2, or 3 day pass sort of a thing, and then you can just watch whatever you want. We owe you, Bill Cooper said, when word gets out about a tell-all, the teller gets a bad case of flatline. Yeah, sometimes. Like, look at all the shit that Joan Crawford's daughter got into for writing Mommy Dearest. Well, not shit, but all the celebrities were pissed right the fuck off about it. Like, she should not have said those things. She had no business to tell that, because they were all getting nervous. All the celebrities were realizing, hey, these people we've treated bad, like our children, could write books about us and air out our dirty laundry, and suddenly we're in recovery mode for the rest of our lives. That's why they were pissed off about it. But it depends on the person writing a book. Like, because somebody can come out with a book, it's not going to have absolutely everything in it. Like say Ariana Grande could write a tell-all book. It's not going to have everything in it, allegedly. Um, I like that Britney Spears did finally write a book. I don't know how she was able to, like, speak freely as a person. It must have been after the conservatorship ended. Um, the only thing stopping me from uh at the time, I wouldn't have read it because I can't read. But the audiobook is read by Heath Ledger's wife, and I don't care for her, so I'm not gonna sit and listen to her voice tell Britney's story. But it is interesting. Like, I'm glad all that shit's coming out about Justin Timberlake, and like I guess he had to cancel his tour and his album did not do well, and they're finally realizing what a jerk he's been to people, stuff like that. Like, I'm sure Macaulay Culkin could write a tell-all book, but I'm sure there's a lot in there that he would have to leave out if he would like to continue to. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm glad he's still around because the last I knew he was it was like around Christmas time one year, and it's as if like say like the Uber or taxi cab driver picks somebody up and the guy in the back seat is just like, man, it was so fucked up. One Christmas my parents left me home alone and they didn't even care, and my mom was traveling with a band, and everybody, like just basically talking about the plot of Home Alone as if that really happened to him, and like how he's just looking rough because he just what he went through, and the guy driving like, oh man, yeah, that's really fucked up. I'm sorry to hear about that. Just where are you going? Is this your stop? So I really did have a good time watching that Coachella concert. I have not had that. I have not had a good time watching a Lady Gaga concert, yeah, since the Enigma residency, whenever that was. Before that, Art Pop in 2013. Nightcock, yeah, the director of Home Alone wants to remove Trump from the movie. Now, wasn't it the like stipulation Trump had was that like, yeah, you can use my building, like maybe he wasn't going to charge them to film there, but the only like stipulation was like, but you got to let me be in a scene, and they're like, well, sure, like why would they say no? So he's in like what like the one scene and he says hi to the kid. I haven't seen Home Alone 2 and I don't remember anything about it. Like a homeless lady when birds. That's it. Like I've seen the first one plenty. The second one, I don't know. It was just not as magical. I think that's why. And maybe it's not as good too. Again, I haven't seen it in a while, so I'm not gonna sit here and dump on a movie I haven't seen since. When could that have come out? Even like mid '90s. So I'm not gonna sit and hate on it. I just know I didn't watch it a lot as a kid. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, go on the like streaming service it's on and just like blur him out as if he's like a naked person? Just like, yeah, okay, here's the kid actor talking to a blur, and then they just pass each other. Can we do that for Forrest Gump? Because I like Gary Sinise, but I don't like Tom Hanks. So can you blur him out of that? And Saving Private Ryan and The Green Mile, because he's never been like, who, like, name one person that you've known in real life or online who was sexually attracted to Tom Hanks. If you can name one, I know you can't name two. Oh, Erica, glad you made it. Like, that man is not hot. I don't care. And before we knew he was a pervert, like, I don't know what kind of personality you gotta have to like pull chicks. Like, clearly it's the money because there's nothing sexually attractive about that man. I don't care how in shape he gets or nothing. Just no. Yeah, Nightcock Wilson. Haven't seen that movie, just seen the parodies of it. Like, didn't he do like the Captain Sully landing on the lake thing? I can't see that now because he's in it. It was funny as hell when they were saying, this was a while ago. I guess they've already done it, but Disney was doing a like a remake of Pinocchio with Tom Hanks as Geppetto. I'm like, excuse me, Geppetto. Great casting. Oh, Willie Bill Cooper said Bourdain, Cornell, and Bennington were doing a doc on child trafficking slash abuse, and they were all dead. And where is the documentary? Yeah, it's got to be like 25% finished somewhere. Then he said, "Yeah, great question. Who finds Tom Hanks hot?" It just like I knew people who like this was before we knew about Kevin Spacey, but these are like some straight up middle aged women talking about how hot Kevin Spacey was. I was on Facebook too, and I'm like, where? What film? What scene? What shot? What frame of film? That meant like yes, he is a good actor, but he is not hot to look like he films. He looks like he's short, like 5'6". I mean 5'6" is okay in real life, but as an actor, you better lie about your height. Like just nothing sexy about this dude at all. Like just no. Just no. Like yes as an actor, no as anything else. And then like all this stuff comes out, he's like about him. It's like I knew it. There was something wrong with him. I just knew. King 40 to hell with Tom Hanks. I know. Oh, just go ahead and be a pervert. You look like a pervert. There was something on. Sometimes I just have to like I find maybe it's just when I'm super depressed, or maybe it's just like you just need a break from like everything, and you kind of just have to watch something that's just completely like out of your wheelhouse. But it was something about the Duggars. Is that them? Like they kept having all the kids, and the thing is like the dad looks creepy as hell, and well, like the dad's a pedophile because he hooked up with the mom when she was 17. So off to a bad start. To listen to her, she's retarded, and then like you just to see all of the children, like you look at one of the older boys and he looks like a pedophile, and you're like, huh, I wonder if that's gonna come up again later. And then it comes up again and again and again and again and again and again. And they let him do it. We owe you, Bill Cooper. If Kevin Spacey is hot, then I have a future in film. Oh, just no, just I just that's that's the thing as a part of your job as an actor. If you're not going to be a character actor, you need to be attractive to some other sex who's at least 18. King 40, Tom Hanks dresses abroad in a sitcom to start his career. Yeah, there you go. He just did not care or do anything. Oh, speaking of songs, I was gonna mention this. I did not know. Well, it's because I was talking to my brother and he mentioned something about Evanescence, like a new album or a new song, something like that. I'm thinking, wait, I that up until the last album, that was my band. So, like, if they would have new music, I would assume it would have come up somewhere in the recommended, somewhere. But nothing. So I'm like, okay, look it up. Long story short, it's not an album. They did a song for what one of those made for Netflix series, which I'm not for. But they just did a song for that show called Afterlife. It's a good song. You can hear her in it. It's not. I had to look this up at the time because I forgot. They had an album last called The Bitter Truth. The Bitter Truth is that Amy Lee must have pissed off her producers so bad that they cranked her volume down. You can barely hear her in those songs. And even if you don't like Evanescence, Amy Lee can sing. So who did she piss off so bad for them to dial down the volume on her? You have to search, and I've done this, they exist. You have to search for versions of all of those songs with Amy Louder. I forget the exact wording, but that video making kid, I'm sure, has done it. You have to, because you're unless you want to strain your ears like you're listening to Billie Eilish, you can barely hear the girl. You can hear the band. Is her band having sex with the producer and not her? I don't know how it works, but it's just that whole album feels like it was written by people who wanted to sound Evanescence esque. and then let AI write the lyrics. It's just not there. There's one good song. I keep forgetting the name of it. The rest of it is one of the songs that was somebody tweeted like, "Hey, check out this new Evanescence song," and it was called, I think it was either "Speak to Me." Maybe it was "Use My Voice." I think it was "Use My Voice" because I remember that song being 3 minutes of my life I'll never get back. It was a song. Let me get this for you. Uh oh, okay, yeah. The song is called "Part of Me" with louder vocals. Fuck's sake! And I have not listened to that song since it came out 4 years ago. It, yeah, it's just that whole album. That whole album can go fuck itself because what it does, like the cover art, you can look this up right now. It's I assume it's Amy Lee, but you can just see her mouth. Her mouth is open. She's got her tongue sticking out, and there's like a little pill just sitting on the tip of her tongue. And then like either the very first song on that album or one of the very first songs on the album, one of the first lines in the song is, "I don't need drugs." What's the cover art about? Why do these things not have anything to do with like you've lost me, and we're not 3 songs in and I can barely hear just that whole like if you sit through that, I'm sorry, you've been warned. Listen to anything else by Evanescence. Listen to their cover album of their own songs synthesis, because even that has, it's got perfect imperfection. Great song. They did fuck up a couple of their own songs on that CD though. But yeah, so like they do have one good song. It is called Afterlife. Lyrics are fine. There wasn't really an official video for it until like a few days after. Like there's like this animated Netflix like lyric video. I don't care about whatever the show is. I care more about the song. And then like Evanescence released an actual video for it, and it's, it's just pretty simplistic. I don't know what rock videos are supposed to look like. I don't even know if they put any videos out for their last album. I just did not care that fast because they didn't care to turn up the volume for Amy. The video is not bad. The only thing is, they're doing that thing that they did with Christina Aguilera when she was on The Voice. I always wondered why, like, they would paint these gigantic, perfectly circular. They look like bruises. They were dark brown, like she got 2 circular punches to the face before she came out onto the set, and I didn't understand what that was about. Like, is there domestic violence going on? But this was the time when Christina Aguilera was fat as fuck, and that was their attempt to like give her cheekbones, and it just looks like bruises on the side of your face. It did not help one bit. And that's kind of the problem. That's like my one critique about this Evanescence video. Because Amy Lee, I believe, is the same height as me, but but what she's not, she weighs more than I do, and it shows in her face, and they're trying to cover that up with makeup when she could just lose the weight. She's covered up enough. We don't have to see exactly what size she is, but if you're that insecure that you're painting the bruises on your face to give yourself cheekbones, just put down the fork. You've got the money. You can get there. It's not that bad. She's less, not less, but like just a little bit more than a month older than me. Like we're in the same age area, and I'm sure she's healthier than me. There's no excuse for it. And then I don't know if they're going to come out with more. I really don't care. After that last album, they didn't care to turn up her volume or write any songs that made me feel any kind of ways about anything. And they started swearing in their songs. Evanescence never had to swear in their songs. And I'm okay with swearing, of course, but it kind of starts to feel desperate if you've been fine, not swearing your whole career, and then, time and time passes, and suddenly you have to start slipping in fucks and dams and just, like little stuff like that. Like, I'll notice. BHF just had to do a small amount of things, right? BHF just reminded me of the girl who used to be on the episodes of the TV show Lizzie McGuire. Can't remember her own. Oh, Hillary Duff. Now, I don't know too much about Hillary Duff, but I have been watching lately these videos about. Yeah, yeah, Smack the Song has light swearing. Like, again, I don't mind it, but okay, like somebody's kid hears it, and they don't allow swearing at the house. So, oh, Pickle Gamer, glad you made it. Nightcock, yeah, curse words and music are for rap. Yeah, it's sometimes you might have to drop a bitch in there. It's like there's every so often like some Gaga songs, like it'll say like parental advisory, like literally like she'll say the word bitch, but it's edited out. You have to like look for the explicit version. It's just one word, so it's like to go from like zero swearing to like slowly having to add it in, like how long until you have to start swearing more, or it's a slippery slope. Pickled gamer, they want to, I think, like like some people want to take Home Alone 2 and just erase Trump out of that film for some reason. Like he can't hurt you, he's stuck on film, it's okay. But like I didn't watch, because like I did watch, say, like All That and stuff like that on Nickelodeon, but then it gets into Amanda Bynes. I don't remember her from All That. I was a kid myself, and I didn't watch the Amanda Show. I didn't like Drake and Josh and iCarly. That was after my time. So, but people do documentaries about it. Like folks my age and a little bit younger who grew up with it, doing documentaries about it. I think that's. I'm glad that they're able to like look back at their past. Like knowing all these terrible things that happened to these children. But one thing I was interested in, because this always kind of fucked me off back in the day, and this is all allegedly, this is just my own speculation. I'm not saying this is what happened. I'm just saying, just from my own, common sense and just, just red flags. This is what I've pieced together, and I know I'm right. I remember back in the day, Britney Spears' sister, like she got on a TV show, and then she was like knocked up at 16, so she quit the TV show, and then she, does whatever now. I always thought that was weird because, usually in that situation, it's so, especially, big rich people, you think they would have like covered it up or, possibly made her get an abortion, something like that. I find it's weird that they did not, because she was over there at Nickelodeon dealing with people who were very interested in minors. And then, like, these were on other channels, a couple of other channels. I kind of don't want to shout them out because one's not that good, and the other chick's just, I think she's going to end up getting murdered one day, and we're never going to see her upload again. But she made her choice. You hear about, there was like allegations against a fella named Dan Schneider who created some popular shows over there on Nickelodeon. And if you've heard about Jeanette McCurdy, she wrote a book called "I'm Glad My Mom Died." And if you know anything about her mom, you would be glad she died too. I don't know, Jeanette. This chick is like 10 years younger than me. They showed a clip of her work. She was on some episode of Law and Order, and she was just crying so bad. I got PTSD just remembering her from that episode. This little girl was so fucked up and crying. I still remember it. She's a damn good actress. But her mom was the worst, and she writes about Dan Schneider too. And there's like a lot of things that allegedly went on. Like there's a show called Victorious. Like how come the lead actress from the show was getting turned into the villain? Meanwhile, Ariana Grande and this other chick who was dating like a producer were getting all of the roles and the scenes and the lines. And then you hear about stuff like about Amanda Bynes talking about she was 13 years old and had to get an abortion. And she's like, how would you feel if you had to go through that and all this kind of stuff like that? And again, this is all underneath, that Dan Schneider's, shows that he's created. So I find it interesting that, like, because what I'm alleging is, and this is what I think other people are assuming. I don't think this is I'm not saying this is true. This is just what logically what it's leading me to is that it does sound like the Amanda Bynes' boss got her pregnant at 13, but then she, of course, got rid of it and then, did the Amanda show. But then you've got Jamie Lynn Spears, who got knocked up at 16, and then just, they did not make her get an abortion. They just let her quit. And like, why one way for one person and a different way for another person? Because in my own, not my own personal life, but it was like my best friend growing up, his cousins. One girl, she got pregnant at like 15 or 16, but she stayed in school, finished school, got straight A's, went to college, all that. The other girl got pregnant. She was able to like drop out and just do whatever, and nobody cared. I wondered why there was a double standard. Come to find out, the first girl that got knocked, now the second girl got knocked up by some black guy. She's got a mixed kid. The first one that had to go through school and finish everything properly got knocked up by her older brother, and I did not even know that until I was like way in my 20s. So like even my friend kept that a secret from me. So like that's why like the same situation but different outcomes. So here we are again. You get a 13-year-old forced to get an abortion. She has a career. You get a 16-year-old who doesn't get the abortion, and who knows what she does now. But she did have that kid, so I don't know anything about Jamie Lynn Spears' kid. I didn't know if it was a boy or a girl. I guess it's a daughter. And they show a picture of her, and she's a nice looking girl, I guess, but she does bear a striking resemblance to Jamie's old boss. So I put two and two together, and I wonder why I wonder why it was okay. Like how did that conversation go? Like here's our daughter, somebody had sex with her, she's pregnant, but we're just gonna make her have it and quit the industry versus I don't know, maybe Jamie Lynn personally could not go through with that, so she decided she's 16. I don't think a 16-year-old is allowed to make their own choices since Britney Spears had to go through abortions and we didn't know about that. How come again, Britney had to go through abortions, we never heard about it, but her sister gets knocked up and she's allowed to have it. So same situations, different outcomes. Why? That's just so like it didn't take me too long, like within a couple of weeks I pieced that together through these videos. Nobody said it exactly, but the information is there. So again, I wasn't there, I wasn't in the room, I'm just speculating based off of some YouTube videos. I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but yeah, there's that. And it's just like trashy stuff that I don't usually watch. Not like I'm not like too good to watch stuff like that, because who's not into like Hollywood gossipy type of stuff. I kind of feel bad too. Like it's so sad to think like I had so much fun watching all these kids shows as a kid, and then you just come to find out it's just like nothing but perverts working behind the screens, and like these kids are scared, and like they're malnourished and underpaid, and just like all this bad stuff. It almost makes me want to say, you know what, if you guys are not going to screen out perverts from the industry well enough, we just don't need any more kids shows. Like sorry, just tough. Just I'd rather have zero children out there acting, doing stuff, than to have one child getting creeped on. It's just, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. It just makes me so sick. It's so sad, and like these kids got to go through it, and they still entertain us and do all this stuff, and like they can't look back at their old work because it reminds them. It just sucks. It's terrible. It's so, like I don't know what it would be like to be a parent and have a kid that would want to get into show business. Like I don't even know what that whole thing would be like. How do you tell them no? How do you tell them yes? How do you tell them wait? It just scare them with the truth. I don't even know. Chap, you just reminded me of two YouTuber gamers who simply disappeared from the online YouTube platform. Maybe they purposely changed their tags. Maybe I don't know why people just stop. Like sometimes people just like maybe they get sick and like they just have to stop and they just don't even have time to like type up a like, hey guys, I gotta quit YouTube because this is going on. Like they just maybe they gotta move and they're not thinking about it because it's secondary. A coin and two link two. A coin with an e at the end, like the e is silent. So a Canadian and a Kiwi. Really, Bill Cooper scare him with the truth. Yeah, it's like, oh, you like Judy Garland? Let me tell you about what she went through. Again, like she had to have a few abortions herself. It's not her choice at all. As when she was about maybe 18 or 19, and then again, like somewhere around, it was after she was with Sid Luft, and she was like doing her concerts and things like that. There was just, no time. You got that, you got to make that money, or you're not a real person. You got to get out there. You can't have a baby not making money. Pickled Gamer, the entertainment industry is so wholesome. It's so honest. Yeah, Britney Spears seems to be in bad health condition wise nowadays. Like I don't check Britney's Instagram or anything. Like I hope she's doing okay, but I really still think she has a lot of people around her. Yeah, like everybody around her just wants her money. Like I'm so sorry to think this about because a lot of especially ladies, like you're never going to be happy if you're successful because people just see dollar signs when they look at you. So that's all these people want. They're only industry people. It's only people, like close people who, like, want their fingers in like the pies that are your income. So that's sad. I kind of wish she would like they could just get her off she doesn't need to be on all this medication. Just let her be with her sons and like she does talk about wanting more children. I assume she still does. But like, go ahead and let her because she's not getting any younger. She's again, um, how does it go? It's like you got Britney Spears' birthday is like December 2nd or 3rd, and then you got Amy Lee whose birthday is December 13th, 1981, and then I was born the following month. So we're all right around the same age. That's what kind of fucks me off too. Like, Britney Spears could not get in her car and like drive to Starbucks to get a coffee. She could not say like order takeout without running it past people. She could not see her sons unless she did multiple concerts. So just anything that she enjoyed to do was held over her head as punishment. Oh, you like to entertain? Well, we're not going to let you entertain unless you do all this therapy, take this medication, and be here and wear this and do that. And just to be so controlled like that. Nightcock, my first job and last job in the entertainment profession was with Nickelodeon when I was 12. Ah! Those creeps are there behind the scenes. Oh my God, I'm glad you got out of it. Nightcock was like, stranger danger. Beach, yep, total creepers. Yeah, total scum acting as basically being a liar. And when they all bring small, innocent children. Just... Dandy, I saw a short on YouTube today. Brittany looks like she's getting herself together again. Look good. Oh, good for her. Yeah. She just like let that girl be free. And I don't know if she's still like just the work they put that poor girl through. And just album after album after album. It just, you're not. And she's even said, people just say this stuff to you like you're not a human being with feelings. And I'm not gonna front again. I was not a fan like all those years, listening to it. And she was just everywhere. Like my buddy liked it, so I had to hear it whether I liked it or not. Um, but like I don't wish her bad, of course, nothing at all. Like now I would like to get into her music more. I kind of want to know where like the money is going. Like if I don't want to be clicking on official songs and she's not getting paid for it. She does have a song called Shadow. It's a slow song. Couldn't tell you what album it comes off of. I do like that song. I can't sing it quite. I don't know if I'm just doing it wrong. It's just one part I like to sing just goes low. I can't do that. But that chick just went through it. Just a bit bad. Bad parents. Just shoving their kid forward, and then they don't see him as a child anymore. They just see dollar signs. So she's just it's a very lonely place. But she does love her son. She's a good mom, and would do anything for her kids. So that's what keeps her going. Like I don't know how she got through all of that. I would have gone completely insane. So that must be the one thing that holds her together. And she's got her faith too. She's a very like godly. Like I like what she said one time because they made her go to all this therapy for stuff, and she's like, I don't even believe in therapy. She said, I think if you have any problems, you should just give it up to God. Just pray on it. And it's like, you know what? That's like one of the smartest fucking things I've ever heard about therapy. I'm not saying, like don't go if you think like if you think you need therapy, go to it. But if you don't believe in it, fuck it. Be a chap though, being greedy happens all over the world. Washington D.C., City of London, when the UK, yeah, Canada, Zionist, Tel Aviv, Israel, yeah. One to go to as in A Star Is Born or A Star Is Aborted, Keck, yeah. That's so wow, yeah, because yeah, if you didn't know about Judy Garland, her mom did try, both of her parents tried to like they already had two daughters, they didn't want the expense and the hassle of a third one, and her mom's like driving down bumpy roads in the car, trying to make herself abort. It just was not, wanted. Nighthawk didn't say, and I didn't Taylor Swift have to redo her entire catalog because she sold the originals to George Soros. I don't know what the exact deal is with Taylor Swift, but I know what she's doing to like make her like she was re-releasing albums. So like 1989 Taylor's version. I don't know if that's the official title. And it might have tweaks to it, like maybe extra songs or something like that. But the point is, like people buying that album, like she gets more of the money versus like the original albums that were put out. But I don't know like the contract side of it. I don't know if like she was like I assume they all get to like shitty deals in the beginning, so maybe she was getting like dick for her albums and now she's getting more money. But like she is doing it smart by like she's like it's not just re-releasing her album. She's doing it to like, hey, buy this album instead of the first version because reasons. I do not follow her career closely. She's another one. It's all in her face so much. It's oversaturated. Uh, and just like the tone shift from like country to like pop just to be more mainstream, and like now she's not fully writing her own stuff. Uh, I would like a tell-all book from her because I really like how long has she been? She's been on tour for like what, a decade? I'm sure she's being, forced into that and controlled the same way they were doing with Miley Cyrus when she was Hannah Montana, and you just can't stop. They will not let you. So I don't know too much about what Taylor Swift's doing, but it seems like she's always on tour. That can't be fun. I doubt that's her choice. Beach Shaft is also mega wealthy in Berlin, Germany as well. Yep, they sure are. Nighthawk, I think that has to do with streaming rights. That makes sense. And then it's even worse for like child actors. Like like you've heard of the Coogan's Law because of Jackie Coogan. There's absolutely nothing like that in place for like children of YouTubers. Like no compensation, no payment, no savings, no protection, like nothing. You're just working for nothing just because you happen to be a child. Me too. Remember Billy Ray? Yeah, Miley Cyrus. Yeah, she just again. I just watched a video on her because I don't know too much about her, and I don't care too much more. Like I knew, like I saw her dance. Like I watched MTV back when Gaga was performing for Art Pop in 2013, and that happened to be when Miley Cyrus was there doing her, twerking dance thing, and just basically watching these couple of videos about her. She just seems to. I love, like she's famous because of her dad, and like was throwing her on the spotlight when she was a child, so she kind of didn't have a choice. But she just seems, I don't know what her music's like, but just what she does outside of her music, it's like it's just to get attention, but there's no substance behind it. Maybe her albums are great. I don't know. They played a clip of a song. If that was her, it sounded like a little girl singing about adult things. I don't think that was really Miley Cyrus. I because her speaking voice does not. I no. Oh, Nightcock, Mr. Beast is completely controlled by his mom. What a bitch. I That's Mr. Beast is somebody like nobody watches that person's videos, but suddenly like people like talk about him in other videos. I officially don't really whenever somebody starts talking about a big YouTuber, just wait and then you're gonna hear information coming out, find it out like either nothing's wrong or they were a pervert. So it's like I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. Yeah, Wrecking Ball. I remember when Wrecking Ball was out, so I remember 2014. Um, again, like I never watched Hannah Montana. I don't want to fuck Miley Cyrus. I don't think she's cute at all. She doesn't do anything to my penis. So I don't understand the attraction. Just not my thing. Yeah, she's another one who she does come off like she's trying to be all like independent and nobody can control her, but I mean like her father was in the business before her. I'm sure there's like control going on that we're not gonna hear about directly. Oh, Beach Champ, yes, she also appeared in the episode of the TV series Two and a Half Men. Oh, I don't even know if that is. We owe you Bill Cooper. I thought you were saying Coughlin's Law for a second there. No, I don't know if that is. The only law I know is Law and Order and SVU and Criminal Intent. Uh, let's say like the first 10 years of SVU. I stopped watching around the time Chris Maloney left, something like that. Yeah. And then for like I know like I want to say like Richard Belzer's character, like he left the show, but then he like came back for one episode and I got to see that. It's like, oh my God, John Munch. Uh they just made it like I started watching SVU for Mariska Hargitay and then I stopped watching because of Mariska Hargitay because what they did is like suddenly she's like the character is single, but okay, she's like has this baby at home. Who watches it? Who decided to write this into the storyline? How does this make sense? It makes as much sense as George Clooney being a drunk doctor on ER. I know that's a wildly way back in the day reference, but you cannot be a falling down drunk and a doctor. But they made it work. And yeah, I'm glad everybody had a couple of free hours on a not Saturday to hang out. That was it's such a world of difference being on keto brains versus not. I think that's what's doing it. I'm gonna stick with this for a week because if this didn't give me like an up, I was gonna have to up my caffeine. So I don't want to have to do that. That's just gonna make me extra jangly. So yeah, check out Keto Brains. If you send them an email, do not expect to hear back because I sent them one a week ago, and let's see. Let's see how long it takes. Like take a whole month to get back to me. I want this to take so long, like not like years and years, but I want this to drag out for months, and then they get back to me just so I can comment about their customer service. Other than that, it's a great product. It's just everything else around it that just kind of makes it difficult to put up with. But if you get keto brains, use promo code Frankly. You are supporting Quite Frankly, which supports the channel and the chat room. So it's all good. So at Nightcock, yeah, thanks, Nikki and gang. Thank you. You've got a few days left to watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It is on Tubi. They do have it for free on YouTube as well. I think I saw that. But yeah, get that watched. We're going to talk about that on Saturday. And then also Saturday, I'll have the poll up for the films for us to choose for May. So if there's anything you do want to suggest, put that in the comments of this video or the comments of any of the posts either on YouTube or Twitter. I'll get those, see if it's available. And we'll keep this going for May as long as it's not The Prestige. Since Frank's already chosen that, and I don't know where to find that for free. So for this channel, that's not an option, but Frank's doing it. I really don't want to be copying his movies. Now, if he starts copying mine, I can't help that he's a bigger channel, but it wouldn't look good if I was watching the same movies as him. That would be weird. He's always, I knew this was going to happen. I knew he was going to choose a movie I could not get my hands on. So I'm not surprised. I'm just a little bit disappointed. But it's okay. If I see it, I see it. If I don't, I don't. So I'm glad everybody had a good time. Smash the like button on your way out. Don't forget your pants. You're going to need those for the rest of the week at Quite Frankly. And always support all of your favorite content creators with your likes and subscribe with all notifications on. Leave comments. Share the shows. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. Write a at Quite Frankly on the bathroom wall. That would be funny. Start taking the one of the call-in numbers for Quite Frankly, and then just writing it on like random bathroom walls, and just have some pervert call in, like, "Who's Frank? What's he wearing?" John Rogers. Yeah, have a great night, everyone. You too. Want to go to? This was a vibe. Thank you so much, Nikki. Yeah, thank you guys too. Yeah. Check out the Coachella performance. It's not the worst concert you're ever going to see. It's the best concert I've seen all year. That was real. It's like about an hour worth of songs. It was very, let's say like 95% good. And that's pretty awesome after like nothing for so long. So I'm great that I got to see everybody. I'm glad you guys like to see me. I'm glad you guys had the time. And you guys give me a platform where I can see you guys whenever Frank isn't on. That is such a trip. It's been almost a year of doing live shows. It's been over a year of uploads. It's like, it's still a little channel, but I like that because we know each other here. It's not like of course it can grow, but I do like that it is still like small enough that we can still see each other and know each other. Yeah, we owe you, Bill Cooper. Great idea with Frank's number on the stall walls. For a good time, call Frank between 7 and 9 p.m. Somebody's going to do that and I'm going to get in trouble. Damn it. I shouldn't have said it. That's okay. Yeah, so it's great to see everybody. Have a good night. Get some good sleep. Eat if you can. Want to go to is Lady Gaga's full Coachella set. The full Coachella set from this year is not available. If you look it up, you'll find maybe like 2 or 3 playlists of it, and then like you'll find the individual ones. It's something like 18 songs. And you can actually like just look up the set list just to make sure, but it's because like the first video, it's got like 1.5 million views. I think it's the only official, somebody shot it on their phone version of this. But it's like the first 2 or 3 songs, and then let me just yeah, put in a Lady Gaga Coachella 2025 full, and then go to where was it? Yeah, there's a playlist with 17 videos. Now that's the one to go to. I will warn you though about this, because I don't know why this happened. When Gaga performs Vanish Into You, I had to look that up completely separately. It's in two other playlists. I could not use it because for whatever fucking reason, it made the brightness on my TV go up the way it was first fucking up when I first got it. I'm not putting up with that. So I just had to completely just search up some, like some, like it's like Japanese characters. I don't know what it said, but I could see it, and then she finishes with Bad Romance. But look for the playlist with it. It's got 17 videos. But then search up Vanish Into You separately, and that's just the way you have to watch it for now. It's I mean, like, maybe give it a month and somebody might put it all together properly because her other shows are like that. This one, it's just too new. But you can watch it all in increments on YouTube right now. It's good even if you don't know all the songs. I don't even know all the songs yet. I didn't know Shallow. I I know Kylo. But yeah, that's out there. Give it a look. Cool outfits, cool colors, some good dancers. Set is interesting. And what to go to. Yeah, thanks for clarification of how to watch and what can be found. Yeah. And then, like, yeah, they all are monetized. So I had to, like, back out, go back in. I don't watch ads. But other than that, it was fine. You get the full experience. You have a good time. I was still excited like I was at a concert. Just like, ah, just screaming. That's my song! And just singing along. I didn't sing along to How Bad Do You Want Me. I just like, I want to hear how she's doing it. So, so it was great seeing everybody. I love you guys. And I can't end my show because I can't see at the bottom. There we go. Until next time.